Oh, okay.
Any of these cards he does cast, just like we know Jake has the Ancient Grudge.
Mm-hmm. Martin doesn't know that, but
True.
But he's just passing, not attacking? Okay, that's got to be like a clear indication that something's up. Oh yeah, look at these lands. Oh my god, Martin.
Oh my goodness.
That is rude. This is, by the way, no one sees Ned right now, but he is loving this. Like, you have the plains that is like normal new white bordered, you have the revised islands mixed in with the full art Zendikar. Oh, it's truly hideous.
I have the biggest smile on my face right now. Like, I have not smiled this wide since I ordered Kobe beef ribs at Q down in the Gold Coast.
This is almost as good or better.
This is better. This is delicious.
Oh my god, you have so many issues with what's going on here. I don't even know what to say.
This is the first time I've actually approved of Martin's deck.
How close do you think Martin is to just like cantripping into a bunch of crappy stuff?
I mean, he might be. I mean, like, I'm always, like, these decks, like, Tron has, like, a similar cantrip-style engine, right, with the artifacts.
Yeah, like, if you're bricking on something, it's not crazy to just go for it. Yeah, like this.
Their velocity's actually quite high. It's kind of, like, similar to the way, like, Elves cantrips through their entire deck.
Yeah.
Like, at a lower velocity, obviously. But, you know, it's a similar idea, where just all these cards, you just see a lot of cards.
Yeah, and like right now, like the reshape is just a draw 2 here with this Ironworks out.
Mm-hmm.
Right, he's gonna draw another one. Like he doesn't have anything here. He's just looking for stuff. Ooh, that's an open the vaults.
Yep.
That seems good.
Welcome to the party.
Let's go completely crazy. Jake is gonna get back a bunch of stuff too, which is gonna be kind of cute, but likely completely irrelevant.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think Martin wants to do that until the turn where Jake is dead.
But we're gonna Ancient Grudge and then Ancient Grudge with Flashback.
Gun down the Ironworks, gun down
the Lotus Bloom.
Lotus Bloom, yeah, I imagine, right? Seems like the highest value target.
Pay 2 life, cast a Vault Scourge.
So when he reshaped for... How much did that cost? So reshaped 4? Okay.
Because you do it for the CMC of whatever you're getting.
Okay. Because I was going to say, is that it's 1 mana... Well, it's 1 mana off, but it's almost the modern Green Sun for Visionary.
Almost. Oh, man. That is one of my favorite plays.
I know.
I think it's like, Phil, you have 12 mana. Why don't you just get Craterhoof? Craterhoof?
But the value...
Craterhoof does not draw a card! I have a symbiote out.
But I'm dead if you get the Craterhoof.
No.
How many cards I could draw?
It's like this the one scenario I had where I was able to reshape for 4? Or was he floating mana? Oh, he's getting Ironworks.
Did I tell you what Hoey did to me in Game 3?
What did he do to you?
So he natural orders.
Okay.
And I'm looking at it, his board is big, and I'm dead, right? So I'm like getting ready to, I don't have force. So I'm getting ready to extend the hand.
Yes.
And he goes Green Sun, and then he goes Natural Order, and he gets Elvish Visionary and draws a card. And I'm like, at this point he's mocking me, but sure, whatever. And then the next turn he untaps, and he just like plays hoof. He's like, I drew both my hoofs.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that's always what happens.
Yeah.
As soon as you want to, you're just like, fantastic.
Yeah.
These are both here.
He's like, thanks for showing up, guys.
Did he have any Progenitus in his deck?
I don't know if he had... I didn't check his deck list, but, I mean, I don't know that he did. But when he turned over his hand, I just saw 2 Craterhoofs and no Progenitus. And given that he was playing Elves, I presumed that he was not, because he would have drawn it. Right? Okay. If he was playing Progenitus, it would have made its way to his hand.
Yes.
As always.
Yeah, Progenitus is a really good card to draw when you're playing the Elf deck.
So...
There's one thing I've
learned.
And
because when he showed me his hand afterwards, it was just, some other Elves and, the hoof, I presume he didn't have it. But that could be wrong.
I can't remember if he played it or not because I know you know what I like to say. You know, a Progenitus in hand is worth 2 in the bush. I think is the common statement.
Yeah, George Washington said that.
That sounds right. Yeah. All right, here's Open the Vaults. Ironworks, Bloom, Prism, Citadel, a couple stars, another Bloom, another Ironworks.
Gets back lands because it's an artifact.
Yeah, why not? Throw them in there. 3 Clark Clan Ironworks, and we've got, I think, 3 draw triggers in the stack from Ichor Wellsprings and Prisms. Draw 3. And this seems like close to infinite mana. How does Martin ever lose? I think this is just way too hard for Jake to interact with. All right, sack 4 things, make 8 mana, draw 4 cards. This is a very fair and reasonable thing going on here.
Welcome to Modern.
Yeah.
I like how, I mean, this... If only there was some kind of free counterspell that could break up this kind of thing, you know?
If only. Thankfully, we live in a world where that does not exist.
Well, you could always, let's see.
Mindbreak Trap.
Yeah, or...
It's free. Free as
Disrupting
hell.
Shoal, pitching a 6-drop.
Disrupting... Does it have to be blue?
It has to be blue.
Disrupting Shoal, pitching Consecrated Sphinx. Disrupting Shoal, pitching Frost Titan. What
Hey, you could stop this if you put Disrupting Shoal and Frost Titan in your blue-white deck.
Look, just take 4 Disrupting Shoals, 4 Harbor Serpent. You're in there
Well,
already.
it's playing Affinity, so it'd be like Sharding Sphinx.
Sure.
Ooh, or Somber Hoverguard. Somber Hoverguard works perfectly for this. We broke it.
Well, I mean, you know, you could stop base reward by Disrupting Shoal and pitch Cryptic Command.
Or Whirler Rogue.
That's even better.
It makes
Why can't I think of
artifacts.
that?
Whirler Rogue, not quite Master of Ethereum. That won't counter what you want to counter. Oh yeah, Martin's got the Banefire. This is... It looks like he has, I'm just guessing, 1,000 mana. Target you. And we're done here.
Well, he did play this out. Did you want to target me or my Ornithopter? Possibly, can I interest you in a Steel Overseer?
Or yourself. I mean, I'm just throwing stuff out here at this point. Martin gonna take that match largely on the back of Affinity not being able to interact. Also, his sideboard verdicts were very
Yeah,
good.
the sideboard verdicts were really, really good. They slowed Jake down a lot.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the manland beats, the downside of the manland beats, as I'm discovering tonight, is you have to commit mana to them.
Yep, and they're just not that fast. They're good for they're super good for grinding matchups and super good when you've already gotten in a bunch, but there just like wasn't much happening on his side of the battlefield then, so he couldn't really react.
Yeah.
So Martin moving to 3-0 with eggs.
Nice.
I wonder if he's going to be playing against Kyle. Kyle's playing the Wild and the Cattle Burn deck at the moment. I know he is 3-0, but yeah, eggs 3-0.
How does Nicodle Zoo ever beat Radiant Fountain? Card's insane. It's too good.
I don't think it does. I also don't think. I think that deck just doesn't have very much interaction going on there.
No, it's a pure race. They just play some magic at each other, and you know, when we see when pieces fall.
I like that expression. Play some magic at each other.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
like not with, but just in the general vicinity of one
Yeah,
another.
like their participation with each other is not required.
I'm throwing some magic at you.
Yeah.
Can you throw some magic back at me?
This is like it's the it's actually even worse than the Dredge versus Doomsday matchup because at least Kevin has Cabal Therapy in his deck, so
Yep.
you can play Magic with Jason.
That's what I like about. I mean, that's one of the hallmarks of Legacy. Like, I know some people do think that there's a lot of non-interactivity going on there, and I think that's a bit of a misnomer. I love Modern, but there's quite a bit more non-interactivity that goes on with a lot of the combo decks in the format.
Sure, I mean, like if you don't have, if I'm on Jund and I don't have my Graveyard Hate, then it's just like, oh, Gristlebrand.
Sit there.
Thanks for showing up.
Sit there, get Gristlebrand, and
Watch for Nourishing Shoal for 15 while I beat them down anemically with
It's
Tarmogoyfs.
real powerful. That's why I like. That's why the Sunshine deck is so good because it interacts with everything. Because everything has to deal with Lone Missionary.
That's true, because like, how can Storm beat 4 extra life?
Can't.
Can't
Also,
do it.
like, Ether Spellbomb is great against everything, right?
I mean, what decks don't play creatures? Come on now.
Somebody on the source asked me about the Bug Delver list that I played recently, and they were like, how often was this figure dead? I was just, as often as you'd expect it to be. Whenever I was in a matchup where killing creatures was relevant, it was insane. And whenever I was in a matchup where that didn't matter, it was horrible.
And you brainstormed it back, or
Yep.
you lost.
Or I turned my hand over and showed it to a Storm player and said, do your work.
Yeah.
Good games. Thanks for joining us, Ned.
Thanks, guys.
All right. Why is this on this? I changed that.
Forced.
I changed it. You saw
did
me
change
change it. Unreal. Oh, that's all right. Thank you. All right, so our 3-0s, we have Kyle versus Martin. We've already seen them both. We have Alex versus Alan. So Storm is 3-0, and Infect is 3-0. I don't want to watch another combo deck like that. I would say. What do you think we should watch then? Dominic's playing Escape Shift. Brandon is playing. I don't know what Brandon is playing today.
Brandon is playing Rug Twin.
Ooh, I like Rogue Twin versus Grixis. That sounds like a sweet matchup.
I'd be down to watch that.
What do you guys think? Twin versus that? Ooh, what about Sam versus Vincent? What? Sam's playing Jund, right?
Yes.
Yeah, let's watch that.
Okay, I'm down.
Also, because Sam hates being on camera.
Yes.
So that's like a really...
He might refuse.
Yeah, I know.
Alright. Let's finish doing this. Alright, so Phil's grabbing our players for the last round. Vincent's playing the like blue, white, red Kiki Jiki deck basically. You know, blue, white, red, Sean McLaren style, blue, white, red, Restoration Angel, Kiki Jiki, Wall of Omens. He's been playing the deck for a while now. He won a PPTQ here with it. Yeah. So I think he went out to check. So we're probably gonna see if we get Vincent and Sam on camera. But it's very possible that Sam refuses to be on camera. So the Grixis first Rug matchup is probably what we want to play or want to see after that if they don't want to be on camera. But yeah.
Can't find Brandon. I want to find Brandon. Sam immediately said that.
Yeah, of course.
I don't know where Brandon Salgado is.
He might be outside.
I looked. I didn't see him. Maybe
does that sometimes.
I don't know.
It's the match I want to watch.
Watch Sean play.
Let me see.
Wait, I mean, he's got to be here eventually, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Is he still in the tournament?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you. 301. So.
Nice. Sweet. What did you? All right. What? Are there any things you didn't like about the deck, or any things you'd change?
I wanted the Temple Garden, but I'm not actually convinced there should be a Temple Garden.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
But like, it's like an Island of the Grey Revel searing. There were when I played it with the Temple Garden, I had like lots of like, you know, Searing Blaze hands or like, you know, stuff like that where you just like couldn't.
Like I've never played the deck before.
Yeah.
So like, I feel like I kept like shocking myself from playing spells.
Yeah.
And like, there's definitely
I
not necessary.
Yes.
Yeah.
I want. So
trying to figure out
I
that
only have
balance.
one Copperline Gorge in there.
Yeah.
I want to play more Copperline Gorges.
That would be sweet.
Yes.
I think that card's.
I think 3 is good.
It's kind of awkward with the Nicodle though.
It's not though, because you go Copperline Gorge, fetch Sacred Foundry, you have your mountain in your
Fair
plains.
enough. Okay. Yeah, no. So then you should play 4 of them or something, or 3.
Probably.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, let's stop talking about dumb idiot burn decks. Let's
You mean
instead.
fantastic.
No, I don't. I don't mean that. Well, I kind of do. Vincent is playing blue, white, red, but we're not going to be able to watch that. What we're going to watch is Grixis versus Rogue Twin.
Yeah.
I think this is a sweet matchup. I assume you guys agree with me because I'm correct. But I like Rogue Twin a lot. I think it's a sweet deck. It's really powerful. It gets to play a lower land count than the normal Twin decks. I think these players are 1 and 2, right?
They are 2 and 1.
They're 2-1.
Nope, 1-2.
Ooh. Ready for this? Team or twin? Get conned. See what that's like? I feel like a Savage Knuckleblade at the time.
Yeah, we wanted Jund versus UWR too, but Sam didn't want to be on camera.
Sam no sir at the camera. Just said he's not. He immediately said no thank you.
He claims that he always loses on camera.
Which is
To
reasonably
which
accurate.
I respond with, he always loses. On camera or not.
Yes. So it's like just win more. It's okay.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna fix the camera real quick.
Okay.
I'll get this started.
Less fear, more superstition. Unreasonable superstition. But, alright, so they're... Alright, Daniel taking a mulligan. Didn't quite get to see. So it looks like Brandon has a hand of some lands and some spells.
we kept cards.
Oh, yeah.
Is everyone mulliganing? What's going on?
Daniel mulligan to 6. Brandon kept 7.
All right. You got a turn 1 fetch for a breeding pool. I think
Not really. So Brandon's hand is full of generically good red and blue cards.
seems fun. Seems like the deck.
Yep.
We do have a guest this round, ladies and gentlemen. Probably just gentlemen. It is Alan Wu, who we saw in round 1. He is comfortably 3-0 and split tonight with Storm. I'd say that we're all very surprised. How was the deck?
Storm?
Yeah, mostly.
Okay. I think the deck's not that good. But
yeah.
It does some powerful things.
We agree with you.
I definitely agree with both those statements. You're pretty good non-disrupt, like if no one disrupts what you're doing, but you're pretty clunky if someone has good disruption against you. Did you play against Thoughtseize decks tonight, or no?
No, I played against a blue deck, green deck, and like 2 blue decks and a green deck, basically. It's surprisingly good against blue decks, though. Like, playing around permission is actually not that bad.
No, counters I think are much easier to beat than multiple discard spells, or like
Yeah.
discard spell into Liliana.
Inquisition, Abrupt Decay.
Yeah,
Now,
Abrupt Decay is a beating.
Take a break outside.
You're just really hard to beat these things. All right, we see a fetch.
So just
All right, Alan will be joining me right now for this round. Looks like Kevin's going to step out for a second.
okay.
All right, we see Brandon being able to go Tarmogoyf with Snare backup, and that's going to be pretty annoying for Dan, who looks
Yeah.
like he's missing his land drops here.
Yeah, that's like a really gross sequence to match up. Like, because his hand probably doesn't even have an answer to this Glyph.
No, usually not. I mean, Tarmogoyf's just so big. It's such a huge creature, and he's got a Snare also to hold up for any future terminates.
Yeah.
Like, Dan needs to draw black mana pretty quickly. I think he has a Kolaghan's Command.
Yeah, he has like a Dispel. If he has like a Terminate, like a Black Source is actually a pretty good out, but like, it doesn't look like he has a Terminate.
No, I don't think he does. So he's got to draw both things.
Yeah.
There are some fogs in his deck. Like, some combination of Snapcaster Mages and Idiots can be good, but they're pretty slow.
Yeah, I mean, like, a Bolt would, like, maybe be good enough if he draws, like, Bolt, Land, but, like, his hand just looks like it's just, like, all, like, 3 and 4 drops that don't do anything.
Yeah. Oh, a Cryptic Command. Let's keep up the party
Yeah.
of cards that don't do anything right now.
I don't think I would have discarded that Dispel.
I think I'd be much more inclined to. I think, yeah. Dan realized that he had 2 Cryptics in his hand and should have
Yeah.
gotten rid of one of them.
Yeah.
Cryptic is a card that lost a lot of stock in these matchups.
Yeah.
This is an attack for 3. I think he's done it twice now.
Yeah.
Goyf is pretty small. It's only 3/4 at the moment, although they refuse to use the Tarmogoyf die, making it more difficult for us to discern.
Yeah.
But we only have instant sorcery and creature right now.
Yep.
Was this a second Goyf? Snapcaster. I don't think Dan has a snare, so this is just going to flash back a Serum Visions.
It's actually kind of nice for Dan, I guess, because it shrinks the Glyph.
It does, yes. It'll go down to a 2/3, so Brandon will have to cast another sorcery in order to make it big. And there aren't that many sorceries in these two decks.
I actually really don't think I would have done that. Because now Glyph just dies to Bolt.
It does. Ooh.
And I don't think I would have played Snapcaster on Dan's side either.
I don't mind the end step Snapcaster.
I mean, it's not that bad, but like it's again like it makes it so that Bolt is no longer an out probably. To the Glyph.
Likely true.
Yeah.
Especially because once it goes to the graveyard, now Tarmogoyf's back to a 3/4.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, here's an attack for 5. See if Dan wants to do anything. He could electrolyze the Snapcaster.
Yeah, I think it just electrolyze Snapcaster. You're not like he's so far behind you. He doesn't really have room to play around anything.
Electrolyze is pretty bad though. Like he has to take 3 to do it because he has to get a black source,
Oh
right?
yeah, that's true.
And I think that's just too much damage to take.
I mean, but he's gonna have to do it eventually. Is he just not gonna cast a spell this turn? I don't think that's like a winning line either.
I can see him running out of Snapcaster again this turn. Just throw him out there. Who needs him?
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that, but I think I would have rather just either played Kolaghan's Command or Electrolyze. Probably Electrolyze.
He is going to take 2 here.
Yeah.
I wonder if this is in Brandon's combat step. Because I feel like he would have to run this out like to prevent the damage. Like if you're going to take 3, you might as well not take the 2 from the Snapcaster.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't really make sense to take 2 and then
No.
cast the spell that kills
Especially versus a Snapcaster Bolt deck where they can just very easily burn you out.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think Brandon has both of those things.
you. Yeah, so there's 5 points of burn in hand, so...
No, I think he has more. I think he has Snapcaster as well.
Oh, sure.
Remand is going to be
Yeah.
more than enough.
Yeah.
Bully you. Yeah, all right, we're done. Yeah. And that's going to very quickly end the match. Dan just missing a few too many land drops and falling behind from a Tarmogoyf.
Yeah.
Not too surprising. Tarmogoyf just does that to people.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Grixis deck is actually pretty well set up in this matchup, but he didn't really draw any of the cards he needed.
I don't necessarily agree. I think that the twin deck benefits from having a pretty low land count, and I think in general I like the side of twin versus the control deck.
Really?
Yes, because you generally have to make them play your game. Like, they have to play around your spells. They're always in a pretty reactive position to what you're doing.
Sure.
Like, usually what happens is that you just end up tossing out these stupid idiot 1/4s that they just end up dealing 3 to 5 damage, and that's enough. And that's enough where you sort of force the Grixis deck to start casting answers to your spells, and you start responding with your Snapcasters. Your Snapcasters end up being much more aggressive.
Yeah. I mean, I think the twin deck has a pretty big issue with they just resolved one of the black delve creatures.
Roast makes things a little bit nicer.
Yeah, but they have one maybe.
I've seen lists with as many as 2 or 3 post board.
Sure.
Plus Snapcasters.
Yeah, plus Snapcasters, and plus
Yeah.
Goyf is as big as Tasker, and can be bigger, especially if you leave in enchantments in your deck.
Right, but the thing is, the black deck has answers to both.
That's true. Yeah,
But,
The twin deck has fewer answers to a big delve creature. Although you'd be surprised how often you just tap it down with Deceiver Exarch.
Yeah.
It's really annoying. It's really, really, really annoying.
Twiddle is a powerful card sometimes.
Yeah, it is. You just need to slow them down. That's all you need.
Yeah.
That's why I generally only sideboard out a couple combo pieces a lot of time with the twin deck. I think the Teamer twin deck plays as few as 3 twins usually.
Yeah, sometimes it just start 3 twins.
3 twins, and then maybe, and it usually plays even not even 4 Exarchs. I've seen 3 Exarch, 2 Pestermite, or even as few as just 4 guys. But I think that's really, really skimping on it, and I think you end up missing them more often than not.
I mean, the original list had 3 Exarch, 3 Pestermite.
3 Pestermite. Yeah. Dickman's original list.
Yeah.
I think Pestermite's just too weak of a card to play that many of.
I mean, Windrake does damage.
It does do damage. I wonder if I don't think Brandon's playing any Bounding Krasis, but
oh yeah, that card actually seems really good in this deck.
I don't know if it's really good. It doesn't tap lands.
Yeah, I mean, it's not as good at, on the combo plan, but just the 3/3 body is actually it does meaningful amounts of damage.
Yes, it attacks for more. It just has to attack on the ground.
Yeah.
The backup match. I have no idea. We'll find out what the backup match is. Whatever is playing. Here's how our backup matches work, in case you're unaware. Our match finishes, and then I go out there and I look for a match that's between games, and then I make them move on to camera. We're very precise here.
Yes.
We don't really have 2 cameras set up at all times, unfortunately.
Or even one, really.
Yeah, I'd say we barely have one. All right, we'll see how things change post-board. It's going to help Dan a lot to be on the play as well. And I think this is a matchup where having a lot of cryptics is not good, especially in these sort of dispel mirrors.
Yeah, cryptic against 3 to 4 dispels.
So awkward. Getting that mana exchange is just horrific.
I mean, if you have enough dispels yourself, it's actually not that bad. Just because it's a card that actually gets you ahead.
It's tough because it's just you have to pay so much up front.
Yeah. No, I mean, given that the Grace set has Kolgon's commands now, it's not as necessary. But I think before that card was, I actually like cryptic and Twin Mirrors and stuff.
I liked having one.
I liked having 1.5.
Yeah. 1 plus maybe you'll snapcast it back, but
yeah.
I don't want to play infinite lands, especially in a lighthouse mirror. Although I've made it clear before that I really, really dislike Desolate Lighthouse as a card.
I don't think you should be playing Basic Island instead.
Basic Island, basically just Basic Island. In the Grixis deck, you should play Tarpit.
Tarpit is great, yeah.
Play Creeping Tarpit. That card wins games.
Or what do you is Cavern of Souls reasonable?
Sure.
As one, I don't know how many slots.
I think Cavern is at least much better.
I agree. I think Desolate Lighthouse. I think Desolate Lighthouse is so much mana for something that is reasonably low impact.
Yeah, just how every time you activate Lighthouse, how much are you actually increasing your chances of winning that game? It's such a minuscule amount.
Yeah, just play a sleight of hand over it or something.
Yeah.
Do something that has value.
Yeah.
Alright, Brandon here. Turn 1 going to fetch with his Misty Rainforest on the draw. See if he has a Serum Visions to follow it up.
Yeah.
I'd imagine he does.
It's pretty good sequencing to use this special land first if he has Serum
Yeah.
Visions.
Ooh, he's got a couple Thrag Tusks in his deck. I like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Thrag Tusk is a nice one. I think he's gone, yeah, it looks like he's gone really low on the combo. I haven't seen a single twin as he's gone through his deck. Which I think is reasonable. I mean, the Teamer deck, I think, is one of the best at going non-combo post-board, just because of Goyf. Goyf is just such a quick clock. Starting from turn
you're
2.
set up to be much more aggressive than like the Grixis deck
I don't
specifically.
love trying to play a long game against the Crisis deck, but like,
It can be very tough, but I
Yeah.
mean, you've just as many annoying cards.
yeah.
All right, we're gonna see a turn 1 Probe for mana.
Yeah, it's like Daniel has a
I-
good old shadow of that in this. I mean, I don't think this actually makes sense at all because he could have just paid life and like fetched for a tap land at end of turn
Yeah,
and just like increased
Yeah.
his options for free, basically. But
yeah. And I don't think this is optimal sequencing.
I agree.
I like probing first.
yeah, basically.
Unless Brandon is like really wants to decrease the chances of drawing land, which I don't think is. First of all, it's a very small percentage, and second of all, lands are like not that bad in this matchup.
Yeah, exactly.
And like I mean, I didn't see what he drew, but like
I mean, like basically, like he paid 2 life to cast the probe anyway.
Yes,
So like,
it's the same. Like him fetching an untap doesn't matter. It's more like you don't really need to fetch first.
yeah,
yeah,
Right, so Brandon,
you can draw a Serum Visions or something.
Yeah.
You're gonna want to cast it.
I agree. I do like casting it though, just to get it out there.
Yeah.
Ooh, is he gonna cast?
I'm gonna just jam Spellskite. Okay.
I like that.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, it's not really doing anything else.
No, although for what it's worth, I don't think I would leave Spellskite in this matchup. Oh yeah, get that
Yeah.
Shadow down out of my hand.
I don't know what that's in his deck.
It's a think twice.
Yeah,
I think it's just fine.
you just put Think Twice in your deck.
It is, but it's think twice with upside, I would say.
I think I would have preferred to actually just cast Terminate at the end of turn. Cause
I would not.
really, because I mean, Terminate's gonna like trade with the Spellskite anyway. Like, it's not like you're going to avoid that exchange. So you might.
Sure, you can avoid that exchange. He has Polygon's command. in
Oh
his
yeah,
deck.
sure, that's fair.
Yeah,
I forgot that was a card.
Oh yeah, it's an important card.
I don't. But he has 2 Terminates in his hand though. Like, if he just plays a Goyf here, just like
Ooh. By the way, another colorless land you can play over Desolate Lighthouse, right there. Play Ghost Quarter.
Ghost Quarter seems great.
Ghost Quarter is a great card.
Yeah.
All right, Serum Visions for Brandon. Also, small sequencing thing here. I would not have played the land first. If there's a land you draw off the off the Serum Visions that you want to play off the random draw, then I think you'd be more interested in
Yeah.
getting the information first. As it stands, Brandon's just going to run out this Goyf here. All right, Dan going to respond with a Thought Scour. I almost would have Thought Scoured Brandon if he scryed at the top.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah,
well,
you
I
don't
think that's
have-
bad because you have the Delph creatures in your deck.
But he doesn't have one in hand.
But even so,
It's
like,
it's
The game's gonna
it's
go long.
It's worth
Yeah.
considering. I mean, like,
but like sometimes you often want to like cast them multiple times if your opponent has like a remand and like
yeah.
It's I think it's closer than it seems.
it's worth
Yeah.
considering. I agree,
Yeah.
but like I think overall it's
probably unnecessary.
yeah.
How tempted are you to just cryptic bounce that Tarmogoyf there, just to make sure you resolve your cryptic without it getting dispelled? Because I'm very tempted.
I think Daniel has a dispel in his hand. Like he can protect his.
Oh, he does have dispel.
Yeah.
Okay, then you can wait. Next
Yeah.
turn he has cryptic with dispel backup.
Yeah,
But in the absence of Dispel, I like that.
Yeah, I'm
Like,
I mean,
I'm a big fan of Into the Royal. So just
or even,
run it
or,
out there.
Or what do you think of
a land?
Tarmogoyf land?
Bounce a land. I mean, that's also tempting to me. But the twin deck can operate off very few
Yeah.
mana.
Yeah.
All right, second turn. So Brandon gonna snap caster back a Serum Visions here. Just looking for value.
Yeah, I like this a lot. I think Snapcaster should primarily be targeting cantrips in this kind of matchup.
Yeah, like cantrips and counter spells for the most part.
Yeah.
Especially from the twin player. Like, you have so much more room to be proactive.
Mm-hmm. Dan's Snapcasters are mostly just going to be going for removal spells in this matchup, which I
Yeah.
think is it's about the same as far as getting cards.
Yeah.
And it's just more what he needs to do. I think we're going to see Tasker come down this turn. Looks like Dan finally drew a threat.
Yeah. And this is like the kind of spot where I feel like the twin deck is like really disadvantaged, just because
Tasker's so big.
yeah, they just like have so few answers with Tasker, and like the answers are like awkward, like sorcery things like roast.
Yeah, they're certainly awkward. It's just the twin
If
deck.
by awkward you mean dodges Dispel.
Yeah. Hey man. Doesn't dodge snare, but we can't be
Nah,
that
yeah.
lucky. I don't. I agree. This is a spot where Grixis feels advantaged.
I don't know if I'd actually play Tasker this turn even if I had it though. Like just holding up Cryptic Dispel is like pretty strong, and next turn you can just Tasker Cryptic Dispel.
I don't necessarily. I think casting Tasker is good because you guarantee an activation.
Yeah, I mean it's not bad, but it's just like next turn Brandon's gonna get to resolve his Goyf, which like Daniel could have just like prevented just by passing with all his mana, and like yeah, because his hand is Goyf, Remand, Cryptic, Electrolyze.
Yeah.
And so like he would have been like Daniel could have like won like a really major fight on Brandon's turn, but instead he just has a Tasker in play.
That's fair.
And like
But Tasker is bigger than Goyf at this point, or it's the same size as Goyf.
yeah. Well, it's bigger, right? It's just Goyf is just instance.
Actually,
oh,
no,
it's
it's a
just
sorcery.
yeah, artifact creature, instant sorcery.
Oh yeah, there's still artifact.
No, but Goyf is bigger.
No,
It's, if there's artifact, yeah, because Spellskite.
Yeah.
So it's just bigger. Artifact,
Yeah,
creature, instant, sorcery, land.
Yeah, I think I would have played this game more conservatively and then we'll see. Like,
Probably. It just feels weird playing so conservatively, given that the threats in the team or twin deck are just so cheap.
yeah.
Like you know, Charm Goyf is always going to be 2 mana versus like what Tasker is presenting. You might be right though. Like in this position, it's just a little bit better. Like you can't cryptic this. You have to let this resolve.
Yeah, you just yeah. So like
Ugh, this is
this I strongly don't like because now he's just gonna remand his wife and like
Yeah.
that's a huge loss.
he's gonna remand.
Yeah.
He remanded the cryptic, which I think is a mistake. I
It's
think
also so Brandon has not played too many blue decks.
No, he's
in
not.
Modern. So I think remanding his own spells is something that
It's definitely something you have to get used to.
Yeah.
Yes, especially like that's a big reason why I like the twin deck versus other blue decks, like or sort of twin decks versus like control decks, is because of the cheat, like how remand interacts with their spells, and like it's yet another disadvantage against cryptic command. Like, like as soon as they start like going after your things, you just start getting ahead on cards and like bouncing your own spells, and like because Gwyff's so cheap, you can replay it.
Yeah, remand is definitely great in the matchup.
He drew. I don't think
he drew Keranos.
he did draw Keranos.
Which is not good against the cryptic command you know.
Yeah, it's not great. It's not great at all. All right, I think we're doing a Goyf check right here. Let's quickly see that it's a 5/6. Dan doesn't really have much he could do about that. I think he's just got to take it.
Yeah, I think he has to take and activate Tusker. Oh, he's just activating Tusker now, which sure.
Ugh, Mana Leak. That is a card I would have sideboarded out.
This is I don't know why he's doing this. This is like so.
Such weird sequencing, right?
Yeah, like you just wait until end of turn. Like he's not gonna result. I don't think even if he got turn right back, I don't think you want to cast it there.
No.
Yeah.
God,
And
this
now, like I mean, what do you get back?
Thought Scour.
is Thoughtscour.
Yeah.
I also, if you're going to activate Tassiger, I would have done it on my turn. I want Brandon to have as little information as possible when he makes the decision of what card to give me.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah. Also Brandon's just gonna get resolved Keranos now, and that's not good for the Grixis deck.
or
Was that
that's
an
what-
that was
it
an
might have
turn. You
been
took it. Yeah.
well, the Thought Scour was end of turn.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, I don't. If that was all the end of turn, I'd take everything I said back. But if it was in mid combat, I don't understand it at all.
I'm uncertain.
Yeah.
It's hard for us to tell here.
I'm also uncertain.
Dan has a second Tassiger here, which is a pretty tempting card to like just make his graveyard better.
Yeah.
And just like get rid of like the Thought Scour and the Mana Leak, but it's probably too greedy.
Yeah. The spell density in these decks is so high. You don't mill 2 lands so often.
No, it's very unlikely.
Yeah, this is kind of why you don't play 3 Tassiger, like I know Daniel is.
3 Tassigers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you gotta play 2 there, buddy.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's just figure. Like people just think like if you have Tasker, you're ahead, you're winning, but that's not always the case.
No.
Sometimes you just want the second creature.
Yeah.
That's why I tend to see a little bit more 3 Gurmag Anglers if you're gonna play like 3 of a Delve creature.
Yeah.
Although 3 is still a lot of that card. I think I've seen like the stuff I've liked the most is 2/2.
That's pretty much where I've been at.
Yeah.
I like
The
2
Grixis
3 in
decks
favor
I've
of the
been
Angler.
I like-
even these decks. I mean, if you have Delvers and stuff, it's different. But like these decks, you need more cards.
I like playing Vendilion Click. Vendilion Click's a nice
sure.
one.
That's fair.
Or maybe like a Glenalendra Archmage or a Muldrifter or something.
yeah.
I am a big fan of a Muldrift.
Muldrifter's a nice one.
I cannot argue against the Muldrifter.
Yeah, most people. I mean, come on. If you have played Muldrifter, you know how it works. It's just great. We did draw another Cryptic. He's going to tap his team and draw a card here. Oh, sorry, it's the same Cryptic.
Yeah, it's the same cryptic. I think he's just bouncing Glyph, probably.
He might be tapping the team.
I feel like
He would have. I think he would have attacked though if he was going to be tapping the team here to try and like race what Brandon's doing.
I mean, that's what makes me think he's bouncing. Makes me think he's bouncing Glyph.
yeah.
Yeah.
So my phone died. Perfect. It did.
Okay.
All right, we're going to see a remand on the Cryptic. Dan gonna dispel.
That's right. You just can't not fight over this.
No, you just let it happen. I mean, Brandon could cryptic here, but Dan's got second dispel. I like trying it.
I think it would be a pretty big mistake to cryptic here.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess Dan's got 2 mana up.
I mean, if it's tap draw, it's maybe fine. If it's bounce draw, I think it's like a very big mistake, actually.
Yeah, I think you just replay the Goyf.
Yeah, because like, there's no card like that 2 mana is representing that's good for a cryptic here.
No. I think Dan just got another dispel.
Yeah, so Dan's just gonna win a really big fight on this one. It's gonna buy him like 2 activations of Tasker basically, if it is bouncing Goyf. Yeah.
And nope, it's tap.
What's going? Oh, it's tap. Okay.
You drew the third Tasker, by the way. Right on time.
That's a well constructed deck.
At least he can't flip him over to his in-play Tasker and get them back.
Look, there's an upside to everything, guys.
There's always a
Yep,
silver
his
lining.
hand is Tasker. This is by the way the moment where I'd probably start trying to loop Taskers or something like that.
I think you just activate Tasker.
I think you hit it with Tarpit and do both.
I think I'd rather get a second activation. You're not racing here, right? Like,
What's the second? What's the second dispel or second thought scour you get back going to do versus that Keranos? You don't know he has Keranos, but I'm saying like,
yeah, I guess you're. I mean,
I would want to be racing. Like,
Yeah.
I think that's what the cryptic is helping me do here.
yeah, that's actually fair because it's like actually a 2-turn clock.
Yeah, and also like that Ghost Quarter is gonna kill that Tarpit no matter what. I want
Yeah.
that 3 damage while I can.
Yeah, that's fair. I actually like your line better. I'm not a fan of passing.
Nope. Oh, Keranos.
Yeah, there's not much to be gained by passing.
Right now, Brandon just deciding how he wants to tap his mana for this Keranos. First, he's gonna. Oh yeah, we're in full choke block loop. Choke block loop. All right, so here's the first activation. Let's see if we see 2. He will have to fetch if he wants to do a second one, and he's gonna. I think we're just gonna see 2 activations of Tasker here.
Yeah.
That was a scenario, by the way, where I would not have just main phase double activated, just because of the possibility of Brandon just going like bounce draw, like draws another cryptic or something, or a Snapcaster.
Like I wouldn't have double activated, but the first activation I think is
On Dan's turn?
Yeah.
I agree. It's just, it's going to get back a Thought Scour. You know it is.
Now you might get back the Serum Visions.
Or even a Dispel.
Yeah.
I would be tempted to give him Dispel here.
Yeah, I assume you're just going to give your opponent just Dispels and Leaks and stuff, because you're resolving Keranos. You're resolving Keranos on this turn, probably.
So you don't give him Leak then.
You don't give him Leak, yeah. Just like the counter, like situational counters.
I think Thought Scour is also fine.
That's fine, yeah.
I think I like Dispel more than...
I think here I give him...
Oh, you just gave him back Thought Scour before?
Yeah.
Resolving the Tasker?
Yes.
Yeah.
He gave him back Thought Scour, and then he's like, activate again. And he's like, alright, Serum Visions, yeah. I think giving him these cards is generally fine.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, these cards...
Because this is happening right here.
Yeah, they're very low impact.
Bang. First person to resolve Keranos. I've definitely lost being the first person to resolve Keranos, because my opponent's Keranos flips spells and mine flip lands.
Yep.
Yeah, it's also, you can just like race, because Keranos is not that good of a card.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like, I don't know, like I don't understand why Daniel didn't bounce draw like a couple turns earlier. Because like if he'd done that, that turn over from 2 activations.
Yeah.
Free.
And also, like, again, if he was tap drawing, he didn't attack with his Tasker.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
You need to present pressure, or else you're just gonna never win any sort of race. Like,
Yeah,
like your burn spells will be meaningless.
Yeah, like I mean, like given that he didn't attack, the Snapcaster wasn't attacking anyway.
Yeah.
So like, and if he did attack, then that's like 4 damage that you just missed for no reason.
Exactly.
So like,
One interesting thing that Dan did is that he brought in engineered explosives in this matchup, and I'm not a huge fan of that.
I think Explosives is great.
Oh, never mind. He has Tarmogoyf. Sorry.
Yeah.
Conventional against. This is the only twin deck where it's good.
Yeah, against Blue-Red Twin or like Grixis Twin, this doesn't do anything.
Oh no, it's terrible. All right, so Dan lining up the 5 cards he wants to exile for this Tassigar.
Yeah.
I think he's right now deciding if he wants to Thought Scour first. I don't think you do.
What is the third card?
I don't
Is that a
think you
Coleman's
do.
Command? No, you definitely know.
If I'm in Dan's spot, I'm like trying not to cast his Thought Scour.
Yeah,
Unless you like have to.
I think I actually start by Serum Visions, then Thought Scour, or probably Thought Scour my opponent.
Yeah.
Because
Oh wow, Goyf by the way is a 6/7 right now.
yeah.
The Keranos screw it.
Oh yeah. He's leaving Keranos in his graveyard.
I think that's kind of insane.
I mean, it's like you want it eventually with Coleman's Command, but
You have 2 in your hand.
yeah.
Sorry, you have 2. You have like you just like don't need
Yeah.
You're not going to beat that Keranos in play.
You're not going to win if your opponent
Yeah.
like gives you Keranos here.
No.
Yeah.
All right, so casting. I like casting Serum Visions. If you find a card like a Terminate, I would have cast Thought Scour. But
Exactly.
but it looks like he's just if it's 2 cards you're going to bottom, just don't cast the Thought Scour.
Yep.
Just cast the Tassiger
It's
here.
actually an interesting thought because if it was 2 lands, you might actually keep it on top. Try to guarantee you get a Terminate back.
That is true. There's just like no way he's going to get like a very good spell. Like the Keranos, I think is the card he has to leave.
Yeah.
But it's just not very good.
I mean, yeah. He needs Cryptic back. He can't exile Cryptic.
I also think he needs Cryptic. I think he needs to exile the Serum Visions instead.
He definitely has to exile Serum.
All right, Thought Scour targeting himself.
It should not be himself. It should be. I mean, I don't think he should target himself, but
I agree with that.
he already has too much garbage in his Gyarados.
Yeah.
Like I
No,
don't know.
the Cryptic is in the keep pile.
Yeah. But he can't exile.
Yeah,
he's got 6 cards in his.
He is
deck
targeting
pile.
Brandon.
Yeah, that's a sharp play.
Draws a Bolt. Bolt's a start.
Bolt does some stuff. The Bolt is actually really good here because
Yes.
then you can actually block with Tusker and Bolt the Ghost Man.
Yes.
Which
It's going to be super necessary.
Yes.
very necessary. Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so he does have to leave the cantrips, or at least one of the cantrips.
Yeah.
But he does have since he does have the 3rd Tassiger in there, I think he's going to be in
Yeah.
okay shape. We'll see. He's got 2. It looks like his hand is double Snare, Bolt, 3rd Tassiger.
It's not actually the worst hands.
Yeah, this.
Yeah, TX. I think the give my Tassiger, quote unquote, give Tassiger vigilance is a play I also would have considered. Like
Yeah.
just like the a couple turns ago, you just go and like attack. All right, you take 4, play a second one, go.
Yeah, like if had he like made that attack that turn earlier, he would have. Like Brandon would be like at 8, right?
Yeah,
So it's like just 2 hits with Tasker, and like suddenly your opponent just has to be very afraid. Like he has to leave his Goif back.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so Dan catching a lucky break there. Brandon revealing land and drawing another land there. Although he did play the Tarn, which gives a little bit more information than you really need to.
Yeah.
I think we're going to see Dan try and take down this Goif with the combination of 4 damage from Tassiger, 3 from Bolt.
Yeah, I think actually playing Tarn is a really big misstep. Or I guess Daniel doesn't know about the Electrolyze, but it lets you know. It lets his opponent know he has.
Well, he knows he has a. He let him know what he drew for turn.
Yeah,
it's
basically.
just giving away information.
Yeah.
Oop,
What?
why did he leave up black?
What's happening?
Oh no, Dan, why?
Yeah.
All right, this is just gonna get back another Serum Visions. Normally this is great.
Yeah.
Like you're just like get Serum Visions, keep scrying, have a good time.
Oh, he's just taking the damage. That's fine.
Going to 4?
It's I mean it's aggressive, but I think it's. I don't know.
It's tough.
It's hard to justify
I-
against the opposing Keranos.
I think it's also really hard to justify against since you have the other Tassiger in your
Yeah,
hand.
that's
Yeah,
more
exactly.
what it is.
like what is that card doing otherwise?
Yeah, exactly.
I'd much rather just cash this in for 6 life.
No, I agree.
Yeah, like you essentially, like, by not trading, he has a dead Tasker.
Yeah,
Mhm.
If you trade your Bolt for a Tarmogoyf,
Yes.
exactly.
and still have a Tasker.
Unless this Tarmogoyf is randomly 7 power and we just missed something, but I don't think we have. There's no Planeswalker, there's no Tribal.
Yeah.
Alright. Serum Vision's drawing. Mana Leak. Perfect. And 1 card on top, 1 on the bottom. Let's scry. I don't know if he's gonna be able to get to that card.
Yeah, I wonder what card he left on top here.
I'm really curious. It's gotta be a Terminator or something like that.
Yeah, it has to be Terminator or Cryptic, I guess.
Or Gurmag Angler?
Maybe Angler, yeah.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Slay.
Slay. Slay would be strong. Because the thing is, he has to answer 2 things. He has to answer the Goif and the Keranos.
Or just hope to get extremely lucky against the Keranos, which I think
Yeah.
is ambitious at best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is like especially awkward. I don't know. Like he's a like how do you go to 4 against
Active
Keranos
against
plus
Keranos, yeah.
Snapcaster
Plus,
when like
Bolt.
you have to block Goif?
Yeah.
Oh, hits another land, and he draws. Snapcaster. Oh boy.
So Dan's dead if he ever taps out, which is not a good spot to be.
I think Dan's just dead, actually.
He's pretty dead, yeah.
This hand's a million snares that don't do anything. This Goif's massive, so he's got chump block the Goif, then takes 2.
I mean,
the Electrolyze is then just lethal.
yeah, I think Brandon should have attacked with Snapcaster here.
Alright,
Oh,
so,
the
Okay.
double block.
Buddy is-
the single block. Yeah. Nope, Ghost Core to you.
Okay.
And I think Dan's out of basics. Also because if that card is on top of his deck's really good, he can't even search.
Yeah.
Strip Mine. Alright. See a block? You should have floated mana, by the way.
I mean, it's not really relevant. But...
Well, he can't activate Tasker now. Oh, I guess if he wants that card.
I think he wants to bolt anyway. What is going
Nope.
on?
Doesn't feel like it. Okay, he
Yeah,
left Cryptic. That makes sense.
Cryptic I think Cryptic is a card he has to draw here, but like even...
He has to draw like 5 Cryptics. Like
he has to draw many Cryptics here.
he has to go like upkeep, bounce, Keranos, tap your team. Is that what he has to do to win this? Or stay in this?
Yeah, I
That,
mean...
that fetch land is super scary, honestly. Like playing it, you can't really go to 3 here.
Yeah,
1,
you
2.
can't activate, yeah, so like Keranos has to reveal a land, then he has to bounce tap, and then Brendan has to like not electrolyze, snap electrolyze now.
So it's 3 cards he's got to delve away. You got to delve away that Keranos. You cannot leave Keranos in your graveyard to get back. It just doesn't do anything right here.
I mean, I think it's actually... I'm actually okay with leaving Keranos in your graveyard here, just because...
I want to shrink the Goyf.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
It shrinks Goyf, and also you'll never be able to cast it. Do you really think you're gonna fade Keranos every single turn for the rest of the game?
I mean, I don't think you're activating Tasker anytime soon. Maybe that's not true.
Maybe you are. I mean, yeah, you might be far away from, but like if you're able to resolve this Cryptic, then next turn you have like either Snapcaster, hopefully Snapcaster, or just like activating Tasker or hoping to hit. He's got Snapcaster, Cryptic, and Terminate in his yard. So if he flips any Kolaghan's Command, that's like basically the same copy of one of those cards. Flips any other copies of these, it'll be good. Putting the Snare in the yard is pretty gross, but he has to counter.
Yeah. I think I like electrolyzing here in Brendan, so I wouldn't have cast the Snapcaster.
Oh no, he's snaring the...
Snapcaster.
He's snaring the Snapcaster.
Is he not mana leaking that? He's not mana leaking the
Can't afford to.
Electrolyze?
He has to Cryptic here.
Oh my god, he's a mana short. But he had enough to do both. No, I guess he doesn't have. He probably doesn't have a basic.
Yeah, he already. Yeah.
We've already seen this come up.
Yeah, there's no way he's playing. There's no second swamp. There's no second mountain, and they're usually just 2 islands, right?
2 to 3.
I've seen 3. Like if there's another basic, it's an island. But
Exactly,
That's
but
not even. I'd say the 3 or 2.
all right. So this is where you have to act. Oh, I think Brandon missed his Keranos trigger.
Oh yeah. I mean,
I think this is how Dan has to win from Brandon making a mistake. Basically, ooh, there's another Tarmogoyf. That's super good.
yeah. I mean, it's not good because Daniel has the other snare. I think this is kind of sort of how Daniel starts to claw back into it.
I'm just not convinced he's going to be able to beat this Keranos.
He's gonna.
Yeah,
Oh.
he's going to go tap your team, bounce Keranos. Brandon's just going to play it again.
Yeah. I mean, he's forced to do that.
He has another place. I think his hand is just lands.
Yeah,
Oh, Dan's
yeah.
not playing Jund? I was confused when you said bounce. Like,
If Daniel actually has a 3rd island in his deck, he can leak the Keranos. He's actually back in this, I feel.
We'll see.
Yeah, I think he
find out.
does.
All right.
This usually play 3 islands, so they can cast Cryptic through above me.
And nope. Doesn't this kill him? Is he dead?
Maybe Life Total's wrong?
This must put him to 1.
Yeah.
All right. We're going to provisionally assume this puts him to 1.
Okay.
That's the only thing that makes sense to me.
you want me to ask them?
Yes. If you can go find life totals, that'd be great. Thanks, Nick. You can't miss a Keranos trigger by the way it's worded. Well, I don't know.
No.
I'm pretty sure you can.
I'm pretty sure you can.
But what do you mean you can't miss it? You can miss any trigger.
Yeah, it's a trigger in your upkeep. Like,
Draw step.
draw step.
I don't know. I'm not going to pretend like I know exactly what's going on as far as how these triggers are working and how each player is doing this. Brandon did shuffle away that Goyf, though.
Yeah, it looks like Brendan has 3 lands in his hand right now, which is not good for him. Yeah, I think this is why he probably should have waited on the center.
Dan's at 5. Oh, you must have blocked somewhere
Yeah.
that we missed? All right. If you just don't reveal.
Yeah, if you don't reveal.
Okay, you're not supposed to Mr. Yeah, I mean that's what I thought. Oops. All right, so it looks like Dan's at 5. If Dan's able to crawl out of this, I will be sufficiently impressed. Brandon seemed like he had an insurmountable advantage.
I think Daniel's actually a favorite to win here.
I don't disagree with you.
I think he's actually
And
a pretty big favorite.
And it's all kind of, the little things that, things that Brandon's done, like,
Yeah,
not,
like-
remanding Cryptic instead
Yeah,
of
remand
Goyf,
like
very
remand the
early
Cryptic
in the
instead of
game.
Goyf. Like
If he
small
remands the
interactions.
Goyf,
yeah.
he probably wins this game.
Yes.
I think had he saved his Snapcaster, he also would have been like in a much better spot. Like
Mhm.
because Daniel would have had to tap out for the leak,
Yep.
and yeah, then he could have just resolved his Snapcaster.
But this Tasker is dying here. Like he still has to beat this Goyf.
he still has the bolt in hand. You can just bolt the Goyf. I don't know why he hasn't made this play. Is it time? Is it time to bolt the Goyf?
Oh, also Brandon's at 13.
Okay.
Brandon's at what?
13 when I asked.
Okay. I missed the fetch. Finally bolts the Goyf and electrolyzes Snapcaster, something else. Bolt you. Put you
Bolt you?
while you're
Or
tapped
yeah,
out.
Yeah, that's fair.
Put you to 2. Dan untap draws Serum Visions, draws, finds another bolt. I wonder how many bolts are in his deck. I would Thought Scour first here, by the way. No,
I mean, I had Visions first. I thought Scour.
Thought Scour
Brandon.
myself.
I plan on. Thought
Ooh,
Scouring
he found a Kolaghan's Command. He should also
Yeah.
tap his mana.
I hit him with Thought Scour was like targeting.
Kolaghan's Command's pretty insane here.
Yeah, I mean, it's just raised dead basically.
Rise Fall. Hey man,
Very
oh,
cute.
is Brandon out? No, Brandon's got a card.
He's got 2 lands.
Oh yeah, good point.
I mean, it's like yeah.
I mean, that's what's gonna happen here. He's gonna just rebuy a Snapcaster.
I think I'd rather actually just dome him.
Does Risefall fuse or?
No, it does not have Fuse.
No,
It's just a split card.
Rise Wall with Fuse would be insane.
Yes.
Yeah, that would be a really powerful card. Promo Serum Vision, but no unglued basics. Look, man,
He said unhinged.
unhinged. Okay, yeah. Dan's the unhinged basic guy. Dan is of the persuasion that if a card should be full art, he'll play it.
Yeah.
But like,
Hence Theo's hideous terminates.
oh god, they're so bad. The art is terrible.
Yep.
Exactly. Dan's got to survive it too for a lot of turns. Thrag
Oh,
Tusk.
the
That
Thrag
is a
Collar.
beating.
Yeah.
Dan has Snapcaster, right?
If he has,
Yes, Snapcaster.
he can snap. Can he snap Cryptic, or does he not? He doesn't have
He
enough
can-
blue.
No,
Yes,
he
he
can
does.
snap Cryptic,
Yeah, you
Oh, yeah.
you definitely snap Cryptic. Go full greed.
Yeah, there's just no way you can do it. Make any other player.
Yeah, no.
There's Cryptic. Counter draw. That's super important. Draws that Rise Fall.
Yeah.
He's gonna attempt to.
Rise-
He's gonna attempt to him Brandon, and Brandon's just gonna show him 2 lands.
No, he's
Which
gonna
is
rise
fine.
his Snapcaster.
Yeah.
We'll
also that.
see. He can't bounce anything, can he?
No, you can bounce Snapcaster and Tasker.
Bounces your own creature.
Yeah, bounce your own creature.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think we'll see.
So
I think
what-
he's gonna be tempted to say, "Get your last 2 cards," but
Well, so what he can actually do is Rise, Snapcaster, Tassiger, and then play Snapcaster, and then
Oh, then
and then fall.
Hoodwinked, you are correct. The best lands are any up to and including Urza Saga. Yes, with the text.
Yeah.
Tap, add to your mana pool. Those are all the best.
Yep.
Alan definitely agrees. Kevin definitely agrees. So that's unanimous.
Yeah.
I like them, dude.
You can leave.
Unglued is like fine.
Alright.
It's unique.
It's acceptable.
All right, so we got
It's a unique frame.
we got Kolaghan's Command. It's gonna go rebuy a Snapcaster Mage and 2 Brandon
Yeah, I like 2 Brandon because like it's like it cuts the clock. Now he's on like a 1-turn clock.
down to 9, down to 6.
And it's like you can't, like, Brandon had several untapped.
Oh
mana.
my god! And
Oh,
Dan
he's-
got there.
Brandon had several untapped mana when he cast that Thrag Tusk, and like
He didn't do anything,
he
so
didn't do
you know
anything.
he's got nothing.
He's got nothing.
Wow, really crazy game there.
Yeah, end of the game was very well played by Daniel. Getting in the game was medium played, I guess.
I think he stumbled a little bit there. I think he let that Goyf live for way too long.
Yeah, you should have just bolted it a long time ago.
Yeah. But he was able to crawl out of it, and now they have basically no time for their last game.
Okay,
So,
yeah.
we'll see how quickly
You
they
could
play.
Just board back in the combo.
I've seen it happen, and I've lost to it when my opponents have done it. But
Yeah, I don't think that's the best to use. They still have enough time to play like a real game if they play fast.
they'll be fine. Brandon's deck, specifically on the play, is capable of some pretty quick starts.
But CPT, the art is the most important part.
Agreed.
Yeah.
That's what you look at.
Yeah.
I don't look at the text box. I just hope I remember what they say.
Yeah, I mean like is it invasion or apocalypse?
Which one? What
The
about?
terminate. The invasion block
Uh,
terminate is so pretty.
Terminate.
Yeah, like
Terminate is from Plane Shift.
Plane shift, yes.
Oh, okay. Well,
It is
I
from
don't-
Invasion Block.
Shows how little I know. But
Yes.
Yeah, the invasion block terminate is like it's so pretty. Like I don't
I like them.
Invasion. Sorry, Invasion.
Like
Plain
I,
sh-
I
plain
would
shit
I would play with
apocalypse.
I would play with like, you know, a Lara block terminates before I play with full art terminates.
Yeah, I just would
Yeah,
never touch
like-
the full art ones.
Yeah.
What exactly is red about Terminate? That's always confused me.
What's what?
What's
What's
red?
the red part about Terminate?
It can't be regenerated.
Terror.
No, that's black. Yeah, it's the fact that it kills black creatures.
Yes,
Okay,
that's it.
there.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
actually it. Yeah.
Because for a long time, like black spells couldn't kill black creatures.
All the
Oh, and
terrors,
it can
all
kill
the doom
artifact
blades.
creatures in that time period.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Because it was actually
Oh, yeah.
before Doomblade came out, Terminate came out.
I think the red part is just would be too good if it wasn't multicolored.
That's
Yeah.
exactly.
I don't know if there's
Most,
anything
yeah.
like that.
Look, man, Go for the Throat
Most
is
relevant.
busted.
Yeah.
Go for the Throat is a great card. I've drawn that card versus Affinity and still won. Wait,
That's
nope.
impressive.
No, I haven't. Nope. Usually I draw that card and just lose. Brandon's hand looks amazing.
Maybe you flip it over. Off.
Brandon's hand is like multiple remands, Snapcaster, Serum Visions, and Goyf. Like this is every hand you want to see with that deck.
Yeah, Danielson actually was pretty good too.
I think we're gonna see. I'm gonna comfortably put Brandon at 17 before he gets a land, but I think we can imagine there's gonna be there's a Steam Fence. All right, so we're going to 17 here. We're gonna see a Serum Visions. He's gonna lose a little bit of value on the scry here because his second land is a fetch land. But if he finds like a Hinterland Harbor or an isle, or maybe a forest or something to let him cast his turn 2 Goyf, then he's gonna at least preserve the scry for a little bit longer.
Ice Age lands are my favorite.
Ice Lands lands
Probably
are
my
very great. Electrolyze on top, land on bottom, and a pass. I think we're just seeing turn 1 Tar Pit go from Dan. Let's get
My
that in
favorite
play.
land's the ones that let me cast the spells.
Like Tar Pit?
Sure.
I
Basic
actually,
island?
I actually like this,
He-
playing fetch land instead of tar pit, because you just want to fill your graveyard up for Tasker.
Which he does have in his hand.
Yeah.
I think he's also holding up for Bolt. Well, Bolt's not going to kill it because of the sorcery.
Yeah, but Bolt's
Does
like
he have
pretty
Spell
early.
Snare in his deck?
Yes.
Is he representing
He's
Spell
also
Snare?
representing. He's
Yeah.
definitely representing Spell Snare. But if you're Brandon, if I'm Brandon, I don't play around it.
Yeah, you just
Yeah.
jam. Spellsnare is so good in the matchup. It already has so many targets.
Yes.
I don't love Brandon's sequencing on this. Like on the Lancy fetch. I think like if you're planning on getting a basic, you probably should have fetched for Island the first turn and then fetched for Stomping Ground seconds.
Yeah.
Why is that better?
Basic
Just 'cause
Forest is
basic
just...
forest is not a good land to have.
Well, okay, I agree. I don't think. Frankly, I don't think either of them are great. I think I would have just gotten a breeding pool. Like you play Cryptic
Yeah.
Command in your deck.
Yeah, I agree. I think I would have just shocked again.
Yeah, like
But-
your life total, like you're the aggressor, so I don't think I would worry as much about my life total. Like Dan has bolts in his deck, but like
You have Tarmogoyf.
yeah, you have the creature, you have the threat here.
Right, I'm just saying like if you were gonna get like a basic, I'd rather get Islands.
Fair.
Because Stomping Ground just casts both your splash colors, whereas Forest doesn't cast anything
That's true.
except Tarmogoyf.
All right, here's an attack for 2.
Yeah.
Get in there, 2/3. Elvish Warrior,
Yeah.
real scary magic card.
It
Easy.
must be banned in Modern because I never see it.
Elvish Warrior. It's
Alright.
too hard to cast.
Yeah.
Got it.
Green,
I see it
green.
too.
Can you afford that?
I mean,
Nissa's Chosen.
This is Chosen, yeah. This is Chosen's a real card. You can like play
What's
4
the?
mana Nissa.
Isn't there like a 3/3 Clonian Tusker or something? Is that-
Colonian Tusker is strictly better than Elvish
Yes.
Warrior.
You can also play Avatar of the Resolute.
Yep. 3/2. Trample.
Trample Reach.
Mono
Always
green-
forget it as reach.
Yep.
Mono green Stompy. That
I've seen that card in decks with like hard
Who-
scales in Modern.
Get him.
Yeah.
Get him.
Yes.
Oh no, Remand.
what was that?
Oh, man.
Tasker?
It's alright, he can get him next turn.
That-
Shadow Dell was originally a cryptic command, I think, for Daniel's one. He like copied the list and decided 4 cryptics was too many, so he replaced it.
So four,
minutes before
four
the turn.
shadows.
Oh, he's not.
He's playing
I think
one
it's just the
shadow.
one.
Yeah.
Okay, so it looks like Dan is actually playing 3 Cryptic Command in his deck and 1 Shadow of Doubt because he's a coward.
It's still too many.
Yeah.
Can I make a
Just
Rug Delver
replace
deck
them all
that
with Shadow
plays
of
4
Doubts.
Trick Bind for Shadow of Doubt?
Yes, you can. You won't be pleased with the results.
Don't
Well-
play Trick Bind, play Squelch.
Squelch draws a card.
You should have some
Does it?
Fall in your
Yes.
life in there. It's like,
But it does not
the-
counter triggered abilities.
Nice.
Yeah, but what if I want
Can't
to?
trick.
I can't squelch a fetch land though, right?
Yes, you can.
Of course you
I
can.
can't.
Activated ability.
It's activated. Okay.
Oh yeah, I've squelched a lot of fetch lands. I've
Then I'll
squelched
play-
a lot
I'll play
of
Squelch.
Celestial Colonnade activations.
How many Ghost Quarter activations have you squelched?
Or
Or
not
Tectonic
that
Edge.
many, but at least 2.
At least 2. What about pod activations?
That. A lot.
I like
Ooh.
Teferi's response.
Bolt you.
I think
Yeah.
everyone likes Teferi's response.
Just they're like reach and import. You're like Igma. All right.
4
get
for 1
you.
you?
3
If
for
Gre-
1.
if Greg Schaefer was here, he would be very upset. He has gotten his Richard and Port Teferi's response before. All right, so we're in. We're gonna see. The Shadow is back. Is Brandon okay with this one? Is he gonna remand this?
Seems.
Is he gonna snare it? He is.
That seems...
Snare you.
That's aggressive.
I think you hold that snare for turn. Like,
Yes.
in general, I don't like holding snare, but Shadow Dance just doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
It seems like hitting
like-
the Terminates and the Snapcaster mages in this matchup would be
But-
better.
and he
Yes.
drew
Snare is like
Terminate.
actually a
Did
very high
Brandon
value
fetch, like, or is he just cantripping a Shadow?
If only there's
Just-
some kind of counter spell that would hit that spell.
Yeah, it's like the card.
I mean, he had Snapcaster in
Right,
his hand, which
right.
is probably why he did it, but like...
That makes sense.
All right, so here's Snapcaster.
Oh man, he could have just let the Shadow Resolve and then strip mine down?
Yeah,
Oh.
he could have. Mana leak on the snare. That's. Oh no, he's mana leaking
The Snapcaster.
the Snapcaster. Okay. And then the Terminate resolves, and now Brandon doesn't have any pressure.
And he didn't play... Dan didn't play his Tasker for reasons.
That was. I have no idea.
Yeah.
I can't tell you why.
He's going to protect it with Crypto?
I think now Dan is going to be able to turn the corner.
Yeah, I think Dan's way ahead.
Should be able to.
It looks like the only counters in Brandon's hand are
He has an
he has Remand and Electrolyze.
Yeah.
Would you cryptic the Electrolyze if you're Dan?
I think I mean,
I
you mean
would
cryptic
cryptic
the Remand?
most things.
cryptic the Remand.
The Remand, yeah.
I think I would.
I think I would.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I
With him with
definitely
one
would.
card in a hand, yeah, exactly. Counter draw. Is it good? Are we good? Brandon right now thinking.
You probably have to electrolyze in response, right?
Yeah, and just hope to hit
Yeah.
dispel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like this play.
Yeah, this is solid play.
Does he hit? Does he hit? Oh no. Dan gets his Tastiger in play, pass, and Brandon's got to hope to draw a roast.
Yeah.
Or another Goyf.
Or Thragtusk, it looks like.
Thragtusk would be
Paradox?
pretty great.
Yeah.
Thragtusk is pretty great.
That card.
Kevin lost a lot in Standard to Thragtusk. I think this is going to get bolted, though.
Yeah.
Takes 2 spears.
It does take 2.
It does.
But it basically takes 1 bolt and 1 Tastiger.
Yeah.
That's 2. Those are your 2 spears here.
Looks like Daniel drew Snapcaster. I think he
Yeah.
probably locks this game up.
Snapcaster is going to
Yeah,
be
with
a beating
Snap cryptic up. That is-
and passes. I think I'd have been a little bit more aggressive about that. But I guess activating Tastiger is just going to be good enough here.
Yeah, I think there's no reason to be aggressive. You
Yeah,
just
the
activate
cards.
Tasker.
Yeah, you have.
You're great
You have
over-
inevitability.
You have
Yeah.
2 answers to
Ooh.
the.
And now you got 4 really, really good cards to get back. Yeah, you always got to read the Rise Fall.
Yep.
Rise Fall is going to be a pretty great. I mean, no matter what, it's just going to kill the beast, which is like enough to be annoying, I think. But he also, he's just going to get back, terminate, and immediately cast it, which I think is very good. Untaps, and now we're beaten down.
Yeah.
5-turn clock.
Did he board back the combo?
Might only have 3 turns.
Oh, yeah.
Black. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 4, 5, 6, 7. A fish.
I think Daniel can lose here, but I think I would just pass with Snap Crypto.
I like this. With one, well, like I don't think there's a series of cards Brandon can draw that will really remove him from this situation.
Yeah.
I think it's much more important to have Snap terminate for any creatures that Brandon has, but
Yeah,
I don't know how good
I
Snap
think
terminate actually is here.
I think if you're gonna play the Angler, you definitely get rid of that cryptic.
I know, I would have just... you could just exile... I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't think it matters too much either way.
Like, I
think
want to be
Daniel's-
able to snap terminate. I think.
I think I just wouldn't have put the Angler, I just use Tasker.
Yeah.
That's fair. I think increasing the clock is not irrelevant. Though.
It's not irrelevant, but...
Let's see what Dan decides to do here. I think he was thinking about snapcasting something right here, but there's no real point. Like, you don't need to fire up the Tar Pit in the face of the Ghost Quarter.
Yeah.
Just hold up Snapcaster. Like, the onus is on Brandon to get himself out of this situation.
Yeah, exactly. Like, he's going to have to play through Snap Cryptic, which is...
Very
not-
annoying.
Yeah, not easy to do when you're behind.
Very powerful.
Is that good?
Attack 4, 5. Put you to 6. And Brandon's just going to scoop him up, and Dan is going to take the match.
Yeah.
Well played match by Dan, getting him out of there. That was a very, very tight match, and get
Yeah.
there just in the brink of time.
Yeah.
Really good stuff that we saw there.
Yeah. Game 2 was. I think both those last 2 games.
Yeah, those are pretty fun games.
Yeah.
Those are sweet.
All right, Alan, thank you for joining us.
Yep.
It was really nice.
Having me.
Nice having a little bit of guest commentary going on there. But that's going to wrap up our stream for the day. We'll go over our schedule real quick. Hey, Steve, how's it going?
Life's great.
Great. Our normal schedule: Tuesdays at 7:30 we have Draft. Wednesdays at 7:30 we have Modern. Thursdays at 7:30 we have Legacy. All here at MTG Card Market. You can check out mtgcardmarket.com where we can sell, where there's singles to buy, and there's lots of original content that's up there by a lot of smart people, smarter than us, I would say.
Definitely smarter than us.
Definitely smarter than
Well,
us.
Yeah.
Well, definitely smarter than Steve.
Yeah.
Definitely smarter than me.
Yes.
I don't know shit.
Steve is just that guy you see 4-3ing the IQ in Omnitel. Right?
Yep, that's exactly my record.
But did you have fun?
Oh, it was a blast.
Okay, good. Did you kill anyone on turn 2?
Yes,
Okay, great.
I did. It was really great.
I'm-
Pass the force a little back up, you know.
Oh my goodness, that deck is so good. In any case, thank you guys for tuning in. Stream will be back tomorrow night. Will you be playing?
I will be playing.
Sweet. I will not be there tomorrow. We'll see who's
You
commenting.
got Ned Kaida for sure.
Oh, Ned's doing it. All right, yeah.
Kaida,
Ned.
yep, our third place placer.
Oh yeah, our top 4 competitor at the 5K over in Milwaukee this weekend, playing old Sultai Delver. His list looked great. Everything looked great. But in any case, thanks again for tuning in, and we will see you guys tomorrow night.